Hello, Alison. Hello there. Good evening. How are you? Good evening, Susan. Hello there. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Kay. How are you? Hello, Caroline. Yes, I'm very well. Are you? Very well. Good evening, Jane. Good evening, everybody. Just getting my hair out the way. Hello, Belinda. How are you? Hi, Belinda. How's your son? Hello, Neat. Hello, Annie. Hello there. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Hello, Alison. How is everybody? Are we all keeping well? How is it? Hi, Karen. Hello there. Hello, Sue. I know I haven't been live for a bit, have I? Well, apart from a Chandy, I haven't been live. Hello, Burnett. Hello there. Good evening, Linda. Hi, Catherine. Hello there. Hi, Patricia. I'm very well. Are you, Patricia? Hi, Ali. Good evening, everybody. Is it really 6 o'clock? It feels like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hi, Roz. How are you, Roz? If your hair done this at 4 p.m, I would have missed it. Oh, if I'd have done this at 4 p.m. Ah, yes, Kay, I had to go a bit later today because my husband was doing some training online, so I couldn't make a noise. Hello, Anne. I'm very well. Are you? Just trying to make room on my desk. I have tidied up, but I still don't have enough room. I'm very well, Belinda, and your son's doing better. That's brilliant news. Hello, Ruth. Have you missed my drivel, Belinda? I am now. I'm able to watch you craft again. Were you getting withdrawal symptoms, Carolyn? Hi, Margaret. Oh, I think I've recovered, Alison. I must admit it was a whirlwind weekend. Hello, Steph. I was a maniac. Hello, Christine. I'm very well, Christine. Are you and your daughter? It's only noon here, but after work in a bit. I hope work goes okay. Hello, Ali. Hello there. Hello, Helen. Hello, Janet. Hi, Pat. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Paula. Yes, it seems like ages ago now since last weekend. It was manic. It was a hectic weekend. So, oh, thank you, Belinda. It just seems like ages ago now since the Herchanda show, and it's not even a week yet. So this time last week I was packing. Can't believe it. It's been a week, I think, Paula. Yes, I'm back again, Burnett, to drive you all mad. Did you have to feed the tribe early, Jane? I hope not, Karen. Bad influence. Hello, Kim. Hello, Kim. Hello, Caroline. My son has finally got a job. Yay! Oh, that's brilliant news, Carolyn, that he's got a job. Hi, Madeline. Hello, Jane. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jane. Hi, Karen. It seems ages ago now, the Herchanda shows. That just seems like a whirlwind. I've only just got over the shows today, I think. I've still got a sore throat. It's probably too much talking. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you. Honestly, I was a maniac, just a maniac. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Jill. I don't know what I was on. What was I like? For goodness sake. I was dangerous. Hi, Rachel. It's weird, Karen, that I was on the show last week and now I'm here. It's quite surreal when you do the shows and then come back home. Hi, Janice. Hi, Chantel. Missed watching you. Kira and I are fabulous, thank you. Brilliant. Off for 6 days. Yay, 6 days. I did that, Christine. Housework. Hello, Diane. Hello, Julie. Hi, Karen. Yes, I did that. I did cleaning and then I had a bad throat yesterday, so what a shame I had to rest my voice. Terrible. I must admit, Belinda, it is tiring when you do that many shows and you've got sort of bits to do in between. It is quite tiring. Steph, I was a maniac. I was a maniac, Steph. Absolute maniac. So I don't know what I was like. too much laughing about big carrots. Not the talking. Oh, I couldn't believe that. I've watched that show about 4 times now, and I can't stop laughing at Catherine laughing. So it sets me off again. Abs couldn't believe me. I think Abs thought, oh my God, what is she doing? What is she saying? Yeah, and the travel as well, Belinda, exactly. But I think Abs thought I was a maniac. Bless Margaret. Your hubby's now retired. Well, at least you can enjoy the retirement together. I used to call it brain ache. It's weird, Kay. You sort of come away and it's very strange feeling afterwards. So, what am I making today? Not really got a clue. I think the rascals in our little group, yes, they did help, didn't they, Karen? The rascals in the group, yes, they did help. Hello, Gina. Hello, Vanessa. Don't you think the weekend seems like ages ago? What day are we on now? We're on Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday already. I mean, where's the time gone? Just amazing. So what I'm going to do is create a nice, simple question. The tag book, Belinda, I'm going to test the leaves to see if you can use a new leaf. As long as it's dry, obviously, as long as it's not soaking wet, we'll probably be able to use a new leaf from the garden, but I'll test it and let you know. I've got some drying in between a book, but I'll let you know. There's a bit of time yet, so I can just test a new leaf to see if it works. Abs is learning the great British sense of humour. Oh, he is, Kay. He thinks I've totally lost the plot, Abs does. Mind you, he kept stealing all my cutout bits. He kept everything I cut out, all the fussy cutting. He kept nicking the bits every time I cut something out. Yes, carrots, Karen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create something simple, but I'm going to create one of these pieces, I think, on this chipboard piece. This chipboard piece from Samantha Kay. So I'm going to use this. So I've cut a piece out of card that coordinates with the chipboard piece. So that's what I'm going to use. And I'm only going to do a simple background. Has anyone told you yet? It's only been you on lockdown the last few months. The men in white coats ask Ian to keep you locked up. Have you all been out and about, Lucy? Oh dear. Abs is from Algeria, Madeline. Is from Algeria. Remember to add the glossary of terms. I've been doing lots of fussy cutting. Have you found the Pergamano scissors okay, Belinda? I like the Pergamano scissors. Right, I'll actually do something now, or else, yeah, Algeria is from. So I'll do some demoing now, or else I'll just waffle about Hochanda for the whole evening, because I could. Honestly, I just can't get over what I was like. I'm very well, Patsy, are you? Yes, I'm very well. So I'm just tired. But I think that's what happens with me is you go on a high for Hochanda and then you come down like a ton of bricks because the adrenaline, you suddenly relax after the shows. If the shows have gone okay, I suddenly relax. So yes, I'm hyper beforehand. I got the ones like yours, but they came apart, so I got the ring lock ones and I like them. Oh, what are the ring lock ones? Mine have never come apart. And if they do come apart, you just fasten the screw here. There's a little screw head here that you just tighten up. They just go together, but mine have never come apart. I can't live without them, I must admit. Hello, Helen. How are you? Oh, no. Not carrots. I'm never going to live down carrots. I was using pointer finger instead of middle finger. Yes, I use my middle fingers and rest them on my index finger. So I use my middle finger and thumb. So yes, I'm dangerous. I did remaster, but wouldn't stay. Oh dear. You want to know all the behind the scenes stuff? Oh, you just feel like you're on a different planet when you're in Hochanda, because You're in like a little bubble. It's weird. And then when you come out, once your adrenaline goes down again, you come down like a ton of bricks. I do anyway, that's just me. Anyway, I'm going to use these two colours just to mix it up so that I'm not using the same colours as I was using on the show. Just so the different colours. So I'm using Worn Lipstick and Vintage Photo. Exactly, other people's minds and interruption. Exactly, Alison. Oh, did you enjoy being in the real world again? It was weird, Belinda. Very strange, because I haven't sat in the car for that long, because it takes us anywhere between 2.5 and 3 hours to get to Achanda. So I haven't sat in the car that long now for 5 months. So very strange, very strange, very strange. And then seeing abs. It's weird, because I had to remember how to communicate, because I've only spoke to you lot on Facebook Lives. I've not spoken to anybody else. Did you know carrots are for the snowman's nose? Yes, but it'd have to be a big snowman for a carrot that size, wouldn't it, Lissy? Oh dear. No leak stamp at the moment, Karen. Oh, thank you for watching, Karen. Yes, it's a shame they don't ship to Canada, isn't it? It is a shame. Right, shall I actually do some work? Shall I actually do some demoing? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a nice, easy background. Just a nice, easy oxide ink background. So I'm using my Worn Lipstick and my Vintage Photo. And the only reason I'm using these colours is because I wanted them to be different from Hachanda's colours. Hello, June. Hello, Flower. Hello, Francis. So what I'm going to do now is just spritz my colours like you would normally with the oxides, and then I'm going to mop those colours up. And because I'm using those opaque colours, it means I can layer it nice and easily. So I'm just going to spritz that with water. And what are we saying? Oh, thank you, Belinda. Oh, have you got them on pre-order with Fran? Oh, bless Fran. She's always so supportive, Fran is. She's really good. Oh, I haven't plugged my heat gun in. You can tell I've not done a Facebook Live for a while. I've not plugged my heat gun in. Let me just plug my heat gun in. Hello, Gaynor. Hello there. So, just give this a dry. Yes, Adam was dangerous as well. So, just give this a dry. I love a pink and brown as well. Did you order from James, Karen? Oh, bless you. Thank you. So you'll have about 3 weeks then, will it be, Karen, from James? I think it was 3 weeks, wasn't it? Yes, he does ship to Canada. Karen ordered them from him last time. Hello, Jan. Hello there. And I always love doing these simple backgrounds because everybody can get a good look. None of us will get a bad look with these oxides. Alaska is watching. Yay, Alaska. Wow. James was quick off the mark. He was, wasn't he, Steph? He was very quick off the mark. He is good, bless him. He is good. But the shows were amazing. They were just, it was a fantastic response. It really was. Really good. So I just love how this gives me a nice background even without hardly doing anything. So I'm just going to apply another layer of colour. Another layer of colour. Obviously, because I'm feeling a bit tired, my words, I'm losing half the words. 3 weeks to Canada, yes. I think that's quite good, actually, 3 weeks to Canada. I've heard it can be a lot worse than 3 weeks, so I think that's quite good, personally. I think it's really good. So just add a bit more water. I just love the background you can get. Hello, Liz. It's all right, Liz. We're only doing a mop-up background and just having a chin wag. Hello, Maya. I always wonder whether I'm saying that right. Hello there. So now I've got a nice background without even having to try too much. So it's weird being back. Yeah, exactly. So you'll get them the same time then, Karen, as Belinda will from Fran. Hello, Sue. Hello there. I don't know why you are so nervous. Oh, entertaining, Sue. Is that what you call it? Do you not think I was a bit dangerous? What was I like? My order from James was sent out on Monday. Oh, how strange, Neat. Perhaps just a bit of postage is just a little bit delayed. I know one of my parcels was a little bit delayed. So I must admit, Neat, I had the same problem. So I think it can just vary between areas, I think. Hello, Carol. Hello there. Oh, have you missed? Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. But when I got back, I don't know whether you've ever done any demoing or anything, but when I got back, I couldn't be bothered to unpack. I couldn't be bothered to unpack. I wish some of our Canadian stores would get on board. You never know, Karen. You never know, they might do in the future. Hello, Sarah. Hello there. Hello, Deb. Oh, thank you, Kim. It's so nice of you. But I love these backgrounds because each background looks a little bit different. So if I bring in one that I've stuck down, so I've stuck this one down onto my substrate. So I've stuck this down onto the chipboard. So that one's stuck down. But as you can see, both backgrounds, let me just move this boot that's getting in my way. Both backgrounds, I'm going to take a couple of days off and have a proper break in the garden. So can you see those two backgrounds, completely different, but I like both just as much. But you get such a lovely background just from Distress Oxides. I just love them, even from Distress Oxides. So I've got another background there. And what I'm going to do is think about what I'm going to add as my focal image. So this is now on the MDF piece, and I'd probably add a little bit of colour around the outside edges. So I just love that, and I would definitely paint the back, or you can even add this piece to the back cover, just so that it was covered and exactly the same, so that you've covered the front and the back. So what I'm thinking of doing now is, I'm thinking of adding this frame. So this frame here would go there, like so. Just so that will make my focal image pop. So it makes the focal image pop. So that's what I'm thinking of adding there. With or without onions, Karen. I bought your hair stamp from James. Oh, thank you, Patsy. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you, Patsy. Thank you. Well, it's good to see Distress Oxides, as I don't do paints yet. Oh, yay, Karen. So, yes, I just thought I'd change. I tried to change it up a little bit so it's different. And especially if I've just done an Achanda show. So I want this to be different to what I've done on Achanda. Look, and I've still got nails, Liz. Yay, I look like a real lady. Mind you, I didn't act like one, did I? Oh, show's brilliant. Just waiting for my bundle of stamps. Bless you, Sue. Thank you for ordering. Thank you, everybody, for ordering. Thank you so much. Maybe someday you would do a garden tour for us. Absolutely, Karen. I can do a garden tour. No problem at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this frame. And what I've done is I've created a piece that can go underneath the frame that coordinates with my background. So I've created a piece that matches the background and decorated it in the same way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my Strelitzia stamp, and I'm going to use this background stamp because I just love using it. I just love the stamp. I wanted to use this, and I don't want, just because we've had, oh, thank you, June. You have so many plants we can't grow here. Oh, I can give you a garden tour, no problem at all. Hello, Aunt Jay. How big is the sheet you're working on? Do you mean this, Aunt Jay? The actual, what did I just say this was called? Chipboard piece. I can't get my words out, I can't. I'll have to get my tape measure. So the actual chipboard piece is 5.5 inches in width by 12 inches in length. So it's 5.5 inches in width by 12 inches in length. So what I'm going to do, hello Sachu, hello, welcome from Finland, hello there, hello there. So yes, Anjay, it's 5.5 inches in width by 12 inches in length. Still need to cut. Yes, so do I, Jane. I still need to stamp and cut out my flowers as well. Could that be down to our wonky weather? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my stamps from here. And I haven't done any cutting out, I'm afraid. There just wasn't the time. It was either clean my room or do some cutting out. And I had to clean my room or there was no way a Facebook Live would be happening. Because there was just so much mess everywhere. Let's just move this frame out the way. And what I'm going to do is going to be a nice simple piece. So I'm just adding this, and then I just want to get an archival ink. Hello, Linda. Hi, Kim. That piece would look nice as a pair on the wall. Yes, yes. I'm doing the stamping and cutting now. Well, you're better than me, Jane. And Rossie's are all stamped for the weekend. You're just showing off now. Mine aren't all stamped. Mine will be done tomorrow because I'm going to watch a movie tonight. I don't know what film I'm watching, but I'm watching a film tonight because I just feel like a nice relax. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm using archival ink potting soil. Archival ink potting soil. And I'm just going to add some stamping all over the background. Cutting the flowers as I watch. Aren't you all good, Sue? I was supervising the youngest cooking tea. Hey, Louise, that sounds good. The youngest cooking tea. I like using me supplies, Karen. I like to make sure that I use my supplies. And that's why I used the same colours of paint on the shows, because I knew quite a few of you had bought those inks and paints. So I wanted to make sure I did something so that you actually use your products. Just so that we all use them and they don't just store on the shelf. We need to use them. So what I'm going to do now is just add some random stamping. Had visitors, so hubby said, order chip shop. Yay, Karen. Oh, do you know, I could eat chip shop. We're melting here in Ontario. Oh, it's quite cool here actually, Karen. It's quite cool here. It's not brilliant here weather-wise, but I don't mind that. I don't mind it a little bit cooler, to be honest. So I'm still using my potting soil archival ink just to add some stamping to the background. And I'm just adding stamping throughout the background because I'll stamp my focal image in black and then I'll add some dimension as well. And I've got a little frame I can add as well. I just got a few more paper artsy paints. Are you adoring the colours? I love the colours, I do, Belinda. I have double booked myself. Oh dear, no problem, Rachel. You know what we're like. You can watch any time you want, Rachel. It doesn't matter that you're double booked. You can watch anytime you want to. So just add like so. Don't worry about that, Rachel. So I'll just get a baby wipe. Shopping piled up on the desk. Liz, I haven't done anything yet either. I haven't prepped. I've got bits of card cut out, but no flowers. But you know me, if necessary, I'll just cut my flowers out live. You know what I'm like. I'm terrible. I'll just cut them out live if necessary. It gives you plenty of time then to catch up. So I just love the background. I just love that wording. I just love, you know, you could just, and if you imagine the frame is going over the top, so that you see some of the words. You only see part of the words, so it looks like you've stamped it randomly. So I really like that. So what I'm going to do now is get my Strelitzia. We've had a few of those too. It's been really lovely weather here. The workshop, oh, thank you, Kim, for answering the question, Kim. Thank you. Sometimes the screen goes up so fast you don't actually see all the comments, especially while I'm stamping. So thanks for that, Kim. So I'm now going to add my Strelitzia. And I'm just going to stamp it once because I'm going to overstamp as well. My eyes itching now. Typical, just as you're all watching. So I'm now going to add my Strelitzia. I'm absolutely in love with the Strelitzia. I just love everything about it. I love it when it's got dimension as well. Snatching a few minutes until dinner's ready. Hello, Hilary. What's on this weekend? This weekend is the, hang on, I can't even say it, I'll just get it. This is the one this weekend, Alison. That's the one I'm doing this weekend, is the canvas. The canvas, that's the one this weekend. Thanks, Kim. So I'm just loving the Strelitzia. Yes, there's a prep video in the workshop, Christine. There's a prep video in the workshop. Strelitzia. So yes, I've done a prep video, Christine, under announcements in the workshop for the prep for the workshop. But there's not much prep at all. It's not overpowering prep by any stretch of the imagination. So what I'm going to do now is just decide where I'm putting my Strelitzia. So I think I'm going to put it there, like so. Now you won't see the flowers very much initially until I 3D them, but I will 3D the flowers. I'm going to 3D them just so that they pop out a little bit more. Just lift that up because we've got wet ink, so just make sure you lift the acrylic block. Oh, nice. Missed that. Has been so busy at work. I bet you've been busy, Dawn. I bet you've been busy, especially with everybody wanting the hair done. So this is what I'm doing now, is I'll have my Strelitzia will be like this. So that's how it'll be. But obviously I'm going to add some dimension to my flowers. So we'll just move this out the way and just wipe this up. Should we gesso the tag or pot for Saturday? No, only the prep that I've said. You don't need to gesso anything. So only the prep that I've mentioned in the actual workshop group. That's the only prep you need to do. You don't need to do any more prep. So what I've got here is I've got like a label off your clothes. Wouldn't it be grand if we could split the weather? Oh, definitely. I'm looking forward to this one, Roz. It's so relaxing. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Trouble. Hello there. I'm getting my hair cut next week. Yay. So what I've got here is I've got a tag. It's just a tag from a brooch. So I'm just going to use this just to do some recycling. I don't want it to go to waste, so I'm going to use it. Some recycling. And I'm afraid I haven't done any cutting out, so I'll have to do that live because I've done no cutting out. The tag book is later. The tag book is later. So just do it like this so it all fits on there. The tag book is a couple of weeks later. So that's why I can take a couple of days off. It's been crazy. Think I'll be on a catch-up on Sunday, Monday. Yes, it will be crazy, Dawn, especially with you doing people's hair. Everybody wants the hair done, so I can understand that. So if you've got any clothes labels, I'm stamping onto a clothes label because this clothes label, well, it's not a clothes label, it's a jewellery label. It's quite vintage, so I'm using that. I moved to Texas from Alabama. I'm just grabbing a piece of scrap paper just to blot my image, but I can't pick the card up or the paper up because my fingers won't let me. Let me just bear with me. Oh, hello, Chris. Hello there. Hi, Chris. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blot that ink. Even though I've stamped onto a porous surface, which is the tag, I still need to blot it. There isn't much ink there, but it's nicely blotted. So I'm now going to cut those images out. How are you, Chris? Hello, Linda. How are you both? Did you enjoy your creative time together? Did you have a good time last weekend together creating? What did you make? Did you make anything? Tell us all what you made last weekend. Chris and Linda were managed to be able to get together for the first time in ages. So I'm hoping they had some creative time. I die cut a load of tags from the Tim Holtz packaging. Yay! I love my Ready Reckoner book as well. Yes, I need to cut tags. I've done no prep. All my prep for the last, I don't know how many days, was all for a Chandy. So I haven't done any other prep. So And I'm just cutting this nice and slowly because I'm in a slow mood. I'm not in a I want to cut fast mood. So I'm going nice and slowly. I will sign up for the tag book. Oh, bless you, Karen. And art till rolls. Yay, Chris. Yay. That sounds fab. That sounds fab. So I'm just going to cut this out. It's nice getting together with friends and being creative. So I'm looking forward to this weekend because it's a nice relaxing one. And plus, because it's vintage, you know what I'm like for vintage pieces. I love doing vintage pieces. So I'm just cutting out my strelitzia. Just cut this out. I could have had this cut out before, but guess what? Time ran away with me, unfortunately. So there's one. So this is going to go on here like so. That will go on there so that it just pops a little bit more. Yep, that was packed for you too. Steph, that was packed for you too. It's thin card. This is actually a label. It's actually a label I'm using, Belinda. A label from a brooch. I'm using a label from a brooch because it was seemed a shame to waste it. It's actually vintage in colour, so I thought it seemed a shame to actually waste it. I'm doing a spreadsheet for everyone of all the workshops. Yes, Karen's doing a spreadsheet so that you can see when the workshops are and the date, etc. So obviously 7 of the workshops have already taken place, but you can still catch them on Rewind. So I'm just cutting this out. When you are better, Roz, we can get together. Exactly. Yeah, it is nice hanging out with you. I haven't spoken to you all for a week now, apart from waffling on a chander. I haven't seen you all for a while, so it's nice just to come live. I was going to do the live tomorrow, and then I thought, no, I'll do it today, and then it's not too close to the workshop at the weekend. So, yes. So I'm hoping you've all cut your strelitzias out. So I'm just in love with this flower at the moment. I think I just love it because it looks good, cut out of vintage pieces, book pages, or when it's in bright oranges, it looks brilliant as well. So I love that. What are we saying? I love this, but I have to get ready for work. No problem, Belinda. Have a wonderful time at work. Hope all the customers are friendly with you. Have a good day. And we'll see you at the weekend at some point. So that means I've done a little bit of recycling as well because I've used my vintage label. So I've done a little bit of recycling. And what I like is the fact that this here, this vintage photo layer here, coordinates beautifully with that label. My video stops. I'll try again. Go back out and come back in, Anne J, see if it works. Bye, Belinda. Oh, I forgot about adhesive. I need me glue. I didn't test me glue. Oh, I'm slacking. I need to test me glue. I normally test me glue before I go live. You see, you can tell I haven't been live for a bit. So yes, bye, Belinda. There we go. My glue's working now. So I'm just going to stick these down. And as you can see it's a label because you've got all the writing in the background on the back of the strelitzia. So I'm just going to add this here. Like so. And I just love how that label coordinates beautifully with the brown in the background from the layered ink. Only just made it. Hello, Leslie. Had to phone brother who had... Oh, no, Leslie. Sorry to hear that. I hope he's okay, Leslie. So I'm just going to add my other flower. Like so, she says. I've got a... Belinda's gone now, but I've got a lovely frame, Belinda, to use. You'll have to catch it after your work. I've got a lovely frame to use. So what I'm going to do is just layer those over the top like so. Just make sure they're layered. Let's get rid of any glue that's just showing and just add that. I like some bits just sticking up just so that it looks like it's got more life. So I don't like it stuck down flat. I like to have some life. And I'm just going to take my time with this piece because I don't want to rush the Facebook Live. Mainly because I don't feel like rushing. So I just love the fact that you've got that beige here and you've got that beige here. I just love that. So I think what I might do is just use the little, what's this called? splat, the little splat stamp from the A4 stamp, and just add a couple of splats just in the background using the splat stamp, just subtly in the background. And I'm just using the vintage photo just to add a couple of splats. Let me just put that splat somewhere. What we're saying. He's doing pretty good. Oh, that's good, Leslie. That is good. No problem, Lynn. No problem. So what I'm thinking here is, let's move these stamps out the way. This is where we're going. We're going to add this here, and then my frame will go over the top like so. So what I want to do is add a little, let's move that. So just lift that up. Hang on a minute. Let me just get that little, that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'll add that frame, but I'll do that afterwards. I want to add a little bit of stamping around here as well. So I'm going to use the same stamp set. We'll just stick this frame piece down just so that it's done. I just love these frames. It just gives it a little bit more dimension, a little bit more interest, and just makes the flowers pop a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is just add, just making sure my strelitzia, that's it, stays above. So I'm just going to add that frame, and I love that little frame. Just makes it pop a little bit. Just makes it pop. And then what we're going to do is grab a little piece of white card. Let's grab a little piece of card, and let's grab one of these words. Let's move this out the way just for a second. Just grab one of these words again. Move the strelitzia out the way for a second. Where are the frames from? The Tim Holtz. Hang on a second. Let me just get the pack. They are baseboards frames. Baseboard frames by Tim Holtz. They're baseboards. Baseboard frames. So I quite like them. So we've nowhere near finished yet, because do you like this frame that I've got? Hang on. I'm going to, this is where I'm going. Let me show you where I'm going. I'm going to add this here, and then I want to add, so that will go there. I'm going to, have you seen this frame? I can't get everything in on the picture. I've got this lovely frame. Can you see? It's like a little frame. It actually closes as well. So you can do that, and you can close it like so. I'm just working on smooth cardstock, Aunt Jay. White smooth cardstock. Smooth cardstock. So I like the baseboards because they're a bit thicker. And then I'm going to, this frame is going to go here, but I'm going to put something inside the frame, but I haven't decided what yet, but I just love that. So I'm going to add like a card piece inside the frame that'll have some pieces as well, so it'll go there like so. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, a little frame with glass. And it's not vintage either. It's not vintage. It's not a vintage one, but it looks it, doesn't it? Doesn't it look vintage? You're very welcome, Karen. You're very welcome. So yes, so it's not vintage, you believe it or not. It does look it, but it's not vintage. So what I'm going to do is put the lid on my glue so that it actually works later. And I want one of these words. The things for holding negatives would be fab. Yes. So I'm just going to stamp these words just so I can take my pick which word I actually want. So I'm just going to stamp these out in the background. And I'm not rushing this Facebook Live because I'm in a slow mood. Your ladybird stamp would look lush. Yes, it would, Christine. Yes. Actually, the ladybug would look nice in the frame, the ladybug would. That'd look lovely in the frame. I have to say, yes, I agree with you, Christine. That'd look lovely in the frame. So I've now got several words. So I'm just going to decide which word. I want a couple of words. Where's my scissors? So I'm actually going with the flow, to be honest. I haven't got a plan. I'm just going with the flow because there wasn't enough time for plan. there was only enough time for either do a Facebook Live or don't do a Facebook Live. So I've got no plan. It's just going with the flow. So I want to go with the flow. So I'm just cutting out these words, which I have to say I've used that many times now, just on their own or as a background. I can't stop using them. I just love them. So I'm now going to cut this out. And I'm just taking my time and thinking about what I want. So I'm going to have this going down the side, like so, there on the side. And I'm going to have another one on the side here once I've finished. But I'm going to do a little bit of stamping first. So let's just get the same stamp set and move this out the way. I'm now running out of space. Let me just give this a little bit of a wipe because we've used black. I think it's good for us to see you create in real time. I'm definitely creating in real time, Karen, because I've got no plan. I've got no plan at all. So I'm not thinking about it. I'm just going with the flow. So I'm now going to ink this stamp again, just to add a bit more stamping to the background, just so that the background looks like I've thought about the background and the foreground. Yes, that's true, Karen. You can watch the process. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I don't stress about that. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, it does. At the end of the day, it's a piece of card. So let me just bring in my frame, just so I can see where I'm going. Let me bring the frame in so you can see where I'm going as well. So just doing this now, move that up a little bit. This is going to go here like so. Hello, Gabby. Hello there. So I'm now, guten Abend. Yes, guten Abend. So I now want some stamping down here. So let's just add some stamping down the bottom as well. So I'm just thinking about where everything's going. So I'm going to add this here, like so. Just move that frame out the way. And it's just, it just takes me time. It always takes me a little bit longer, especially if I'm going with the flow and thinking at the same time, because obviously these things don't just get chucked together. You have to think about it as well. So I'm now going to, this is going to go there like so. So I'm liking that so far. However long it takes you, it's by 4 when I have to go, times it by bless Kay. So I'm going to add a little, I quite like that the sort of balance, but I think I'm going to add a little bit of stamping up here as well, just to give me sort of a flow, just to give me a nice flow. So which words do I need? So it's the garden and the scatter. Do you talk to yourself while you're creating? Because I do. I always talk to myself. Even if I'm live, I still talk to myself as well. I'm terrible. I do talk to myself all the time. So what I'm going to do now is move this frame so I can actually see what I'm doing, and just add a little bit of stamping here, like so. There we go. Just so that I've got a little bit of a flow. And that's why I like these words so much, because they can be used as a background or they can be cut up, which is perfect. So there we go. And then this will go here like that. That's perfect. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I don't want to stick it down yet, just in case there's something else I want to do. I just don't want to stick it down yet. I do agree. Oh, is it nice to see the process? Thank you. Just take that plant out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of texture with some soft wire. So I'm just going to add a little, not much. I don't want it to detract from the strelitzia. So I'm just going to add a little bit of wire to my frame, but I don't want it to detract too much. And it's a very soft wire, really soft, nothing too thick. So I'm just, that will go there like this, like so. So I'd press that down, make sure I've got my Ultra Gel Thick Medium. And if you can see, I'm not, are you loving your chippy dinner, Karen? The chipboard is Samantha K. Or do you mean the frame, Jane? The frame is Tim Holtz. The chipboard itself, the actual piece, is Samantha K. So what will happen is, let me bring this up because my stamp's in the way here. Bring this up and this will go here like this. It's quite a weighty piece, to be honest. It's quite weighty. So if you wanted, you could even add it inside if your frame was further up. But mine's going to go here once I've added the white piece. So that will go there like that. So that'll be my vintage piece. So what I'm going to do now is add the plant because I'm quite happy with that word. Samantha K, yes. You should have heard me talking to myself last night when I dropped an open bottle of green spray. Oh no, Carolyn, not green spray. You see, there's nothing worse when you drop something on your project and then there's no way of saving it. That's a nightmare when there's no way of saving the project. It's awful. So what I'm going to do is cut out another word. So I use this stamp quite a bit, like so. Just cut out these, like this. And then what I'll do is I'm going to tuck this just behind there. So what I'll do is I think I'll stick my frame down now. I'll stick my frame down. Or do I want anything else? Do I want anything else? Just bear with me while I'm just thinking, just to see. I don't want to over clutter it. I don't want to over clutter the project. So I'm going to stick this down. Oops, I know, green. Green is not good on a project that you didn't want green. That is not a good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my ultra thick gel medium just to stick down my little framed piece, just to stick it down. So I'm using the ultra thick gel medium just to stick it down, just adding that to my frame, which means I can maneuver it. I can maneuver the frame, and before I press down I can stick my little garden piece. Oh, I haven't got a bin here. I can stick my garden piece. Whoops. So just move that out the way. And then what I can do is stick this little garden text here, just behind before I squash it down. I'm just glad that I saw the funny side when I had to tip it all onto my craft mat. Oh no, Carolyn, what a nightmare. There's nothing, I've spilt that many things. It's just ridiculous. The things that I've spilt over the years, paint, ink, just so many things. Just move this, so, like so. Press this down now a little bit so that it sticks. Make sure that's pressed down, like so. Give it a firm press. You see, I'm liking this already. Let's work on this little frame now. Let's move this out the way and work on this little frame. So I'm hoping I've got some book pages. Yes, we hope you managed to save it. Exactly. It's not that easy all the time, though, to save it. That's the thing. So I've got a little piece of book page, like so. And I just need to get my Tim Holtz adhesive. Just get some collage medium. I just need some collage medium. So just use some collage. Just use my finger because it's easier. And I've just got this square of card that's going to fit into my frame. And I'm just going to add some of these equations to my card piece and then just cut it out. I'll just cut that out. I've got oven on but not decided what I want for dinner. Oh no, Alison. I'm lucky because Ian's cooking dinner. I haven't got a clue what I've got, but Ian's cooking dinner. But I did tell him that I wasn't going to be very quick tonight because I'm on a go slow. So he just laughed. Dropped some glamour dust, landed on my dog and then ran round the house. Oh no, Jackie. A dog got glamour dust and ran round the house. Oh bless, what a shame. So he's quite a glamorous dog with all his glamour dust on. So just cut out this square piece that's going to fit into my little frame. Like so. There we go. Let me get my frame. So what I'm going to do, so this, let's just add, let me get some cut and dry foam. We've got some in here. Yes, we have. I've tidied all my drawers, so it works quite nicely now because I've tidied them all. So I'm going to use the vintage photo just to age this little bit of a square piece, just a little bit. And it doesn't matter if the paper curls a little bit because you want it to look quite old. And then, can you see what I've got here? Let me just, where are they? I've lost them all now. I don't need this many, but I'm sure I've got more than one. Can you see I've got these hydrangea flowers? I've got these hydrangea flowers. And I thought one trapped inside the frame would look quite nice if it was trapped inside here with the hydrangea flower. So I thought that'd be quite nice, quite natural. So I'm using a hydrangea flower. And that hydrangea flower, it's a real flower that I dried. So it's got a touch of pink on it. So I'm going to use that hydrangea flower. Just gives it a nice little, a natural feel. A natural feel. So we'll add that in there and press that down. So we've got a lovely little hydrangea in there. And then we can use another one of these words in our little frame. Just adds a little bit of a different element to the design. Just add this here, like so. That's it. Just cutting this word out because I just want to add one little word inside my frame. Just vintage that up a little bit, just so that it does the edges. This is how I'm always thinking all the time. How can I add a little touch? So I'm going to add the word grow here, just on the top. I love that natural flower piece. I just love that. And this is a different embellishment. Brushes in wine is my party trick. Oh no, it's a good job I don't drink wine. Happy accident, Leslie says. Happy accident. So I'm adding this hydrangea flower just because it gives me a little bit of a quirky touch to my frame. And I might add a little paper clip. You see, I'm thinking as I go along. I'm just getting to my drawers. I'm always thinking, what can I add just to add another little touch? So I'm just getting a little paper clip, a little tiny one, and we want the bronze one. I'm just going to add this to my little square piece, like so. Just move that back up so that it sticks down. Just move that, and it just looks quite sweet, that does. 18 months, got a hold of some of sorted seed beads out to play when my back was turned for a second. A few weeks later, she got hold of my glitter pots. Let's just say 6 years later, my seed beads are still mixed. Oh, bless Jane. So I'm going to add this to my frame, which I will close like this. Let me just get this right now. Have I closed that? No, I haven't. Hang on a minute. Is that closed? That's it. That's closed now. That's my... Look how lovely that looks with that little hydrangea flower. Oh, I love that. I love that. Just add that there. Look at that. With the little... Oh, these stamps are in my way. I've got to move these stamps. Hang on. They're in my way. Oh, just look. I love that. I love that. I love that frame. Sorry, I'm all excited. Hasn't your hydrangea flowered, Dan? Oh, mine has. I just love it. I've got a couple of different colours. I've got white, green, pink. So, yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. Quite pleased with it. So, I'm going to have to put some on the glass bit. And just add that there. Like so. Just turn it slightly. I'm now talking to a piece of artwork. Why am I talking to a piece of artwork? You know, it's not going to answer me back, but I am speaking to a piece of artwork. Just make sure. Oh, I just love that. Really love that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, you see, I've got bits of paper stuck to my stamp now. On this stamp set, on the pear stamp set, oops, I'm losing my little, on the pear stamp set is this garden sentiment here, this big one. It was spewing like a geyser. So what I'm thinking is this garden sentiment would look nice. Yes, I definitely want that there. So let me just move this out the way. Just put this stamp set back. This one's so well used. So that way round. Just put that back. Put my little thingy back. Like so. And then what I'm going to do is take this garden word. Can't see which way's the right way up. I'm talking to myself. I need to stop talking to myself. So it's a good job you're all listening. So I've got glue on my acrylic block. Let me just wipe the glue off my acrylic, which I've just wiped back on again. Let me just get rid of the glue. It's because my wipe has got glue on. So I just keep using the same wipe and wiping the glue back on again. So what I want now is a separate piece of card. Get a separate piece of card. And let's stamp this garden sentiment, which I'll then enamel. Me too, Jane. Oh, thank you. Haven't we got some of those frames? I love these. You see, Chris, if you use something, Chris finds, she digs deep in a craft room and she'll find one that she's bought 10 years ago. You see, I'm getting Chris even using frames that she might have had years ago. So I'm just going to add that garden, like so. Yay, Chris. I hope you've got some of the frames because they're gorgeous. They're really lovely. So nice. I've got to get some more. Right, what I'm going to do is block that. Just block that. You're talking to us, I know. Yes, the metal frames, I'll have to send you the link, Linda. There's something like £10 for 4, but I have to say they are top quality frames. They're not something you just give to anybody. They have to be a special friend. They can't just be anybody. They've got to be a special friend to get one of these frames. They're super special smashing. So they've got to be a special friend because they're £10 for 4. So they have to be 8, and there's different shapes as well. There's different shapes. I hate to tell you that, but there's different shapes. And they're beautiful. Got some of those Tim Holtz microscope slides. Yeah, absolutely, Sarah. Yeah, you could use those frames. The microscope slide frames that he used to do. That I used to do microscope mail sliders. I used to decorate mail sliders in the shop. We used to do them years ago, didn't we, Chris? The mail sliders. So yes, you could use them. So what I'm going to do is just vintage this up a little bit. So frames. So let me get some clear embossing powder. I wasn't expecting to do this, but you know what I'm like. You know I'm making it up as I go along because I wasn't expecting to do this. So let's just get the Versamark ink pad. Let me get an old shabby one. This is nice when you do it at home because you can just reach for things. You'll have to message me because I won't remember everybody. And when I've had my tea and I'm sitting down, I won't remember everybody. I might put a link in the group because that might be easier rather than me message everybody. I'll put a link in the group. So I'm just going to add some vintage photo over the garden piece, like so. Just so it coordinates with the rest of the piece, like so. And I will lift it up so you can see the frame and everything. So I'm just going to add some vintage photo, like so. just add a few splats of water, just so it looks a bit more random, not so perfect. We don't want it to look too perfect. So just like that. I think a link is best because lots want to. Yes, the Ranger ones are nothing like this. This is like a book. So these open like a book. So you could actually make a necklace with these. So you could make a necklace with them as well, because it's got a little hoop at the top. So you could make a sweet little necklace as well. So if you've got a special friend, do you like how it has to be a special friend to get one of these frames? They have to be really special. So what I'm going to do now is just dry that because the ink's wet, as you can see there. So I'm just giving that a dry because it's water, not ink. It's just water and I don't want it to get too wet. So just give that a dry. And then what I'm going to use is my Versamark. Look at the state of that Versamark. It's about 24 years old, but look at the state of it. I think it's got black ink on as well, which is not ideal. So just, even my embossing powder's thick and lumpy. Oh, my stuff's so well used, bless it. So just add that, and then we'll just heat this. Let's move this out the way, just so that we don't ruin what we've done. Let's move that out the way. Just give this a heat. Where's my scissors? No problem, Leslie, no problem. So we're just going to heat this. And then we'll add another layer because we want it to be like a glass tile-like finish. So we'll add another layer afterwards. Probably 3 layers just to make sure it's a glass tile-lit finish. You'll have the Ranger ones, Chris, because you had them from our shop. So you'll definitely have them. And they had square, oblong. Don't know whether they had other shapes. But yes, so you'll have them that you can use. So a second layer. There you go. You can use them. We're using something out of our craft room. Perfect. Something that's been left in the drawer is now going to get used. Even better. What a result. We like the fact it's going to get used. So then the final layer of embossing. I love how my embossing powder's all lumpy. So we can now just emboss that. My honey bunny. Hello, Susan. So now we're just going to heat that. I've just found my box of Ranger ones. That's perfect, Leslie. So now you can use them with no excuse for not using them. Let's use that stuff that we've got on the shelf sitting there doing nothing. Let's use it. So I'm just giving this a nice glass tile-like finish. Just make sure that's all heated properly. And then I'm just going to let that cool down a little bit while I read some of your messages. Tim Holtz, new embossing glaze would be good for that as well. Yeah, they're transparent, aren't they, Janet? Yes, I've actually got some. And they have vintage photo in them. Oh, that's good. Lumps in embossing texture is just texture. Exactly, Sarah, just texture. Have you got all the glass slides as well, Chris? There you go then. Use them. Get them out your craft room. Get them off the shelf. Let's get creating with them. Let's see if we can make different pieces with them. Let's get them out and use them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this garden here, like so. Just so that it just adds that vintage element. I just need it to cool down a little bit. Just a little bit. And then I can add a little bit of shading behind. Just let it sort of cool down. I know exactly where mine are. Yay, Lynn. Languishing in a cupboard. Let's get them out that cupboard. Let's use them. Let's get them out that cupboard. Let's make... You see, I told you I'd get you using your products. We need you using them so they don't sit in that cupboard. Let's see what projects we can create. So just now, going to add this to my project like so. Just add that there. There we go. I just love that. Nice, there we go. like so. What we're going to do is add some white splatters. Did I put, oh, I actually put my pen back. Replying to Anne. What did Anne say? Where's Anne's comment? I've missed Anne's. Just wanted to let you know I've watched from the beginning and love what you've done. It's been a sad time for me as I lost my mum. Oh, bless Anne. Sending big hugs, Anne. Bless you, Anne. Sending big hugs. So sorry to read that. Sending big hugs. So I'm just going to add some white splatters. Now make sure you don't add the white splatters to your beautiful frame. Don't add them to that. Even though I've just added these splatters, I've just thought of something else I want to stamp. Just another little touch. Sending big hugs. So sorry. Everybody's sending the hugs, Anne. It's such a difficult time, it really is. So I'm just going to get my other stamp. Where is it here? Let me see if it's still here. Oh yes, one of my favourite stamps. We've got to use stamp set 350 just to add a few little numbers here and there, and then we're probably done. So just add that. Lots of hugs, Anne. It's a difficult time. I know what it was like. I lost my mum a few years back, but it was very suddenly and it wasn't pleasant. Not pleasant at all. So I do know to some degree what it feels like, but it's never easy. And it's very difficult to know what to say. People don't know what to say to make you feel better. Very difficult. So I'm now going to add some of these numbers from my stamp set 350. So just going to add a few little numbers in the background. Yes, that's what I want. Just those numbers. So I hope everybody is okay. I hope everybody's well. And you've stamped the wrong side, Tracy. I'll use that a different way. So I want some numbers down here as well. You see, I like it when I take my time and I think about what I'm adding rather than rushing the process. I like the fact that I don't rush that. Oh, Ian's just come in. What time is it, Ian? Nearly 10. Hasn't the time gone quick? And now has gone really quick. So I'm just adding these numbers just randomly to the background. You're very welcome, Anne. It's the least that we can do. The least we can do. So I've got a couple of stamps now and I've still got this flow here. I've still got this flow. So I'm just making sure that I'm happy with that. And I was going to say that I'll add a touch of, let me just see if I like it. Just when I add a little touch. Yes, just a little touch of the vintage photo round the edges of my frame. I always test it on a little corner first, just to see if I like adding it to the edges. Sometimes I like to leave as much white as possible, but I do want a little bit of the vintage around the edges, the vintage photo, just around the edges, just to add that. I can't believe I've been on an hour already. Oh, thank you so much. So just, where does the time go? This is why you can't do pieces like this on a Chanda all the time, because before you know it, an hour's gone and you've hardly used anything. So there we go. And that, I think, is our frame. If I want to add a couple more pieces, the only thing I would do, the only other thing I would do is just add another little word. I spend my life thinking about my projects. You know, I need to get a grip. I spend my whole life thinking about what to do on my projects. Yeah, that's going there. Just a little bit more balance. Thank you very much. I'm quite pleased with it. I really like that. I'll lift it up so you can have a look at that frame. So maybe you can get your old Tim Holtz ones out. So I'm just going to add bud. Just like so. There. And if I lift this up, then you can see the subtle details. The subtle details of the numbers, the splatters, the little wording, the strelitzia. And then this little frame, hopefully it won't glare. You can see the hydrangea flower inside the frame. I'm sorry about the glare. If I tilt it up a little bit, maybe it'll show a little bit better, just so you can see the hydrangea flower in the frame. I just love that. And you can see the little paper clip, and you can see the equations on the book page. No, you can't, because there's too much glare. You can't see any of it. Oh, typical. It's because it's that mirrored glass. If I place it down, it might show a little bit better. That's it. You can see that equations on there, just so you can see. She dreams of carrots too. Oh, thank you, Lucy. Thank you. So just something a little bit different. Something different from the Hochanda shows, because it's in a totally different colour scheme. It's a totally different project, just to give you some different ideas of using your stamps that you've already purchased. So then, you know, you get your products out and you use them. And I'm quite pleased with that. And no wonky pears. I've used the Strelitzia instead. Hello, Simona. Sorry I missed you. So, yes. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Thank you. So I'm quite pleased with that frame with the little hydrangea. I think it's lovely. So we've got our workshop on Saturday and Sunday. You're very welcome, Linda. Thank you, Shabnese. So we've got our workshop on Saturday and Sunday. So I shall be back at 10 a.m. in our group on the Saturday. So, yes. And I think I've done everything else that I'm supposed to. Is there anything else I haven't done? Oh, thank you, Gina. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, Helen. So, yes, I think I've done everything I'm supposed to do. And I'll put a link in the group just in case. But if you've got those Tim Holtz ones, use those, because it means you're using your products that are off your shelf. So then that's perfect. Thank you very much. So I shall see you all Saturday. I shall see you all Saturday. You're very welcome. Thank you, Bonetta. Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Cutting those out, but really looking forward to the workshop. Not looking for... They're quite easy to cut out, Chris, and there's only 3. There's only 3. You can do that in no time, Chris. Just 3 of them. Where did that hour go? Where did that hour go? Anyway, have a lovely evening, everybody. Hope work goes okay, Dawn. And see you soon, Neat. Thank you very much. See you all Saturday. Bye, everybody. Bye.